Advisory. Some episodes of the 1836 podcast are not intended for all audiences, due to details that might be considered disturbing. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
Episode 34 of the 1836 podcast, Dogpatch USA.
USA. 9 big days of shows and fun with Alvin and the Chipmunks live and on stage August the 4th and 5th. And that's just the beginning. The Children's Festival at Dogpatch USA, August the 4th through the 12th. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Batman and Robin, Bozo the Clown, robots, and a whole lot more. It's just another reason why kids of all ages like Dogpatch better. Located just east of Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Get your free tickets for kids 16 and under at all Get and Go stores.
The origins of Dogpatch USA trace back to 1966 when Oscar J. Snow, a real estate broker from Harrison, Arkansas, recognized potential in Albert Rainey Sr.'s Ozark trout farm, which was up for sale. Snow, along with 9 other investors, established Recreation Enterprises Incorporated and sought the collaboration of Al Cap, the creator of the popular Lil Abner comic strip. Cap agreed to partner on the project, bringing his iconic characters to life in a new theme park.
They broke ground for Dogpatch USA on October 3, 1967. The park was developed on 1,000 acres with an initial investment of $1,332,000. It featured a diverse array of attractions, including a trout farm, buggy and horseback rides, carnival rides, Ozark Arts and Crafts, and a West Poke Chop Special Railroad.
In 1968, Dogpatch USA opened to the public, drawing 300,000 visitors in its first year. Admission was priced at $1.50 for adults and 75 cents for children. During this inaugural year, Al Cap's son Colin C. Cap worked at the park and met actress Vicky Cox, who portrayed Moonbeam McSwine. Jess Odom acquired a controlling interest in REI and undertook significant upgrades. He added new rides, accommodations, and appointed former Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus as general manager.
The park's design and attractions were inspired by Al Cap's beloved comic strip Lil Abner, bringing to life whimsical characters such as Lil Abner Yoakum, Daisy Mae, Moonbeam McSwine, Marion Sam, Pappy Yoakum, Mammy Yoakum, and many others. These characters were central to the park's theme, enhancing its appeal and providing visitors with an immersive experience. Despite its early success, Dogpatch USA began facing financial difficulties in the late 1970s and early 1980s.
The economic challenges of operating a theme park in a rural area, combined with financial mismanagement, contributed to escalating problems. By 1981, these issues led to Dogpatch USA filing for bankruptcy. The park's assets, including the Marble Falls property, were sold to Odom Enterprises Incorporated and subsequently transferred to Dogpatch Properties Incorporated. The aim was to reorganize the park's debts and assets, but this effort faced numerous legal and financial obstacles, including complications related to timeshare sales and new state regulations.
Colonel, what, may I ask, is that?
You don't know what this is? Don't you read the comics?
No, they're just a blur on the way to the financial page.
Well, this is the latest denizen of Dogpatch.
What, I ask reluctantly, is a Dogpatch?
Major, for a man with a Harvard education, you sure don't have much knowledge of what's important. Dogpatch is where the Yoakums live. The best damn cartoon strip in the whole world is Lil Abner. This friendly little creature is a schmoo. They're selling like hotcakes. Boy, I wish I had a nickel for every one of these sold.
Odom sought to extend the park's appeal beyond the summer months by constructing the Marble Falls Winter Sports Complex. This ambitious move aimed to offer winter activities and diversify the park's attractions, drawing visitors year-round. However, as the years progressed, the end of the Lil Abner comic strip and escalating operational costs began to challenge the park's financial stability. The Marble Falls complex, once a symbol of expansion, became a significant financial burden, leading to its closure in 1977.
The early 1980s saw a brief resurgence under the management of Wayne Thompson and Ozark Entertainment Incorporated. Despite some improvements and a temporary boost in visitor numbers, the park continued to grapple with increasing competition and financial struggles. In 1987, Melvin Bell's Telcor acquired Dogpatch USA, bringing with it substantial investments and a major facelift. Approximately $500,000 was allocated for park improvements, including new attractions like the Space Shuttle. This rejuvenation led to increased attendance, with the park experiencing a notable surge in visitor numbers, including a 60% increase in 1981 and a 16% rise in 1986.
However, the early 1990s marked a turning point for Dogpatch USA. In 1991, the park shifted away from its original Lil Abner theme to reduce licensing expenses. The park refocused on arts and crafts rather than rides and shows. This strategic pivot aimed to attract a different audience but struggled to compete with established attractions such as Silver Dollar City. The transition represented a significant departure from Dogpatch USA's original concept, signaling the end of its era of widespread popularity. The park closed its doors in 1993, closing a chapter in its storied history.
Between Jasper and Harrison sits an iconic attraction, a park treasured by so many. Many people of a certain age have stories about Dogpatch USA. Dogpatch has a story of its own, one with more twists and turns than the roller coasters that once stood here. The park, based on the popular Lil Abner comic strip, opened in 1968, welcoming 300,000 annual visitors at one point. It played host to thrill rides, a water slide, a trout pond, railroad, grist mill, and a downtown, ultimately closing 25 years later.
Well, it looks like Dogpatch USA is finally getting the restoration people across Arkansas and the South have been waiting for.
Billionaire conservationist and Bass Pro Shops owner Johnny Morris bought the 400-acre Dogpatch USA property for just over $1 million. The view from above shows the transformation underway. Details remain few and far between. However, during a September Buffalo River Conservation Committee meeting, Morris's representative shared the space will become Marble Falls Nature Park.
Mr. Morris's goal is, again, natural conservancy, respecting the environment, creating opportunities for people to get outdoors and be engaged in nature.
Morris is the brains behind several other Ozark nature projects, including Dogwood Canyon, the model for the Marble Falls Park. It includes a restaurant, trout fishing, grazing livestock, and wildlife.
A timeline for the project has not been released yet, so we still don't know when the park will open, but as we learn those details, we'll pass them along to you.
The U.S. Department of Commerce has awarded more than $2 million to entities in Arkansas to support the redevelopment of the former Dogpatch USA site and to expand construction training. The Marble Falls Sewer Improvement District will receive $1 million to build wastewater infrastructure improvements, which will support plans to turn the abandoned amusement park into a nature center. The grant from the Economic Development Administration will be matched with $1.9 million in state funding.
Despite its closure, Dogpatch USA remains a notable chapter in American theme park history. Its distinctive blend of rural charm and comic strip nostalgia, combined with its unique attractions, contributed to its memorable legacy.
Following its closure, Dogpatch USA underwent several attempts at revitalization. After the park declared bankruptcy in 1980, the property experienced multiple phases of redevelopment under various owners. In 1994, Westech Corporations and Leisure Tech Ltd. began reconstruction efforts, but significant progress was limited. By 2011, Stuart Nance, Pruitt Nance, and Brent Baber acquired the land through a legal settlement. Charles Bud Pelser purchased the property in 2014 with ambitions to develop it into an ecotourism destination and restore the trout farm. However, a fire in early 2015 destroyed part of the property, leading Pelser to put it up for sale in 2016.
In 2020, Down by the Falls LLC acquired the property for $1.12 million, with Johnny Morris, founder of Bass Pro Shops, spearheading a new vision for the site. Announced in September of 2021, the transformation into Marble Falls Nature Park aims to honor the park's legacy, while embracing contemporary interests in conservation and ecotourism. The new park will feature a working mill, a restaurant, trout fishing, wildlife tours, and educational programs, drawing inspiration from the successful Dogwood Canyon Nature Park in Missouri.
New at 5, an update on Bass Pro founder Johnny Morris's plans for the old Dogpatch USA property near Harrison, Arkansas. Morris bought that property for just over $1 million in 2020. He plans on turning it into a nature park.
The Dogpatch USA theme park, which operated from 1968 to 1993, was once an important part of the area's tourism industry. Over the years, Dogpatch and the former Marble Falls Resort on a hill overlooking the park had fallen into a state of disrepair, with a still remaining hotel, ski resort, and tram serving as a sad reminder of glory days gone by and ill-fated attempts to revitalize the land. But when they heard that Bass Pro founder Johnny Morris had bought the property,
the first time I was exposed to it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was pretty dilapidated, run down, the buildings. But what is there is beautiful nature and the limestone bluffs, huge spring.
And while Morris says the plans are still ongoing, he does know that the property won't be a housing development like one previous owner considered. It will instead become the Marble Falls Nature Park, which will be somewhat like Morris's Dogwood Canyon Park just to the north.
We don't have many of the answers other than we just got the passion, but the main thing is to have something that's open for people to go enjoy, and that's our main mission. It's about people learn more about nature and conservation. We plan to build a restaurant there and take our time to develop nature trails. They had a big trout hatchery there, and so that's probably one of our first goals is to reactivate the hatchery.
When I was a child, I had the chance to visit Dogpatch USA a few times while it was still open. I have fond memories of the amusement park, riding the roller coaster, paddling the boats, spinning in the barrel, sliding down the water slide, and riding around the tree trunk. I remember watching concerts and magic shows and seeing all the Lil Abner characters, the Kissing Rocks, and the giant Arkansas Razorback statue. It was also where I first experienced professional wrestling in person, with stars like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Dr. Death Steve Williams, Terry Taylor, The Missing Link, Ted DiBiase, The Fantastics, The Fabulous Freebirds, Michael P.S. Hayes, Buddy Roberts, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, and many more. There were also guest characters like Alvin, Simon, and Theodore from the Chipmunks, R2-D2 and C-3PO from Star Wars, the Dukes of Hazzard with the General Lee, and Kit, the Knight Rider car. Dogpatch USA was also the first place where I encountered real diversity, seeing people of different colors, ethnicities, and backgrounds. It wasn't just a place that impacted the local economy. It also left lasting impressions on the hearts of many, myself included.